Hi, welcome to the quick instructional video on the accountability system that you've been asked to join. So with that, let me dive right in and share my screen so you guys can take a look along at what we have set up for you. So if all is well, you've received an email that you can see on the screen here with a link that you could follow. And if you follow that link, that will bring you right to the sign up page. And here you sign up with the email address that, of course, you received that email at. Mine was aristideapfs@gmail.com. And then here you pick your own password, whatever you want to use. And once that is typed in, you can click on register. If somehow something went wrong for you and you had already registered, you can click on sign in right here. So once you do that, you just click on register, and guess what? It will bring you right to the index page, and it's going to ask you to now actually log in. So I'll use the information again that we just, have to learn how to type my own name. aristideapfs@gmail.com. And your system is always going to, mine set up that it auto-populates passwords. So, and then you click on sign in. Now, if you've ever forgotten your password, don't call your upline, just reset your passcode right there. If you end up on this page by accident, you can, and you've never set a password, you can just register here and you'll be all set. So with that, we'll just sign into the system. And because it's the first time, all we had for you was your email address. So now we're going to actually type in your first name, Aristide, and your last name. For me, that is Abrahams. And with those changes saved, you will actually now be in the system. Now, what you're looking at right now is going to be the main page. I am part of Ian Bruckner's Relentless Hierarchy. So this is his Relentless Hierarchy full-timers. And these are all the full-timers that he has, about 67 users in the system. So once you log in, and anyone who filled their numbers in already for the next day, it's always the next day, the system will automatically sort the person who filled in. So if Josh would now fill in his numbers right now, and he had 21 total appointments for the coming 7 days, we always work 7 days ahead. Guess what? He would be ahead of Mark Taylor, not underneath him. So the system will automatically sort people as they log their numbers in. So you don't have to worry about that ever. And you cannot fill on anybody else's number. You can always only fill in your numbers. So to fill in my numbers, I would literally click here on enter data, and I could start typing away. But before I do that, I also want to make you aware that it doesn't matter what size your screen is going to be. You can be this wide or this narrow on an iPhone or on a Android. It doesn't matter, on an iPad. The system will automatically throw away some columns that are less important. It'll keep the most important ones for the size of screen that you have at that point. So right now I'm going to go wide again, and I'm going to show you how to enter data. You just click on enter data. What are your current numbers? Since I've never filled out anything yet, I'm going to say my current numbers are 15 by 13. How many people have I prospected since the beginning of the month? That was 42. How many recruit appointments do I have for the coming 7 days? So that's what we're always keeping track of, 7 days ahead. So I have 13 recruit appointments scheduled. I have 12 personal KTs. I have 2 STEAM appointments set up, and I have 3 carrybacks. How many team appointments am I going to be on as well? So it's not just what does my team have, but the ones that I also have to show up for, the people that I'm training. So I have 13 of those. I have 14 KTs that I'm going to be training on in the coming 7 days. My personal appointments scheduled since the beginning of the month is 141. Sorry, I wish that was that good. 121 since the beginning of the month, and I have been on 73 appointments. How many closes do I have? I have 11 of the 15 team recruits that I had, and for life, I have personally closed 7,000, but my total team is 13, but I did 7 of those myself. And I've got a couple full-timers on my team. And how many rollovers have I had? 4 rollovers. And how many PLPP? 7, including PACs. How many people were at your meetings? So you fill out, the system will automatically know if you are on a Tuesday and a Friday. We have Tuesday night is our opportunity or business overview, and Friday night is our team meeting. So you can keep track of your attendance right there. So you fill in the numbers of how many people on your team, and you can see if you're growing or not growing. So you fill your numbers in for the each Tuesday, Wednesday you go in and you fill in the numbers for the night before, etc., etc. What is your team goal for the month? 20 by 30. How many codes do you have? 41. Do you have some save and submits? Especially at month end, this becomes a big deal because you want to keep track of what you got in the hopper that has not been updated in POL yet, but you know it's going to update in right after month end for you. So I have 1,287. What's my unreasonable goal? You can, mine is SVP for July of 2018. How many big events tickets have you sold for the next big event that you have going? When is your BNI day? Mine's on Wednesday. And what's your why? My kids and wife. So you can fill that in, and then you can click on add data, and the system, as you can see, I'm at 57 appointments for the coming 7 days. So it keeps track of 7 days. Now, every day, an hour and a half after the call, the accountability call is done, these numbers that I'm highlighting here right now will purge. So they will no longer be there. So every day you'll fill out those numbers, and at month end, it will actually purge your prospects since beginning of the day. Your save and submits is a daily number. Your appointment since the beginning of the month, all that will be purged right away for you. If you look on the right side here for a minute, follow me along. Your completion ratio tells you basically if it's a calculation of how many appointments have you scheduled and how many appointments have you completed. And guess what? If you look at the ratios, it tells you 60% of the appointments that you set, you actually go on. And mine right now at 40%, just under 40% of the appointments that actually happen, I closed 40% of them. So not a great month, but if your activity is high enough and you know your numbers, you still know that you're going to have a pretty decent month, because my current numbers are at 15 by 13. So once you're done, each day you can log out or you can stay logged in. It doesn't matter. If you log out and you log in the next day, the system will, your typically phones, if you set them up correctly, will auto-fill in your user ID and password for you, so it's easy to get back to. And all you got to hit each time you log in is enter data, and you're up and running, and you can fill in your number for the next day. So again, 7 days ahead, the system keeps track for you for your business. So if your numbers are low, like Mark's are right now, you have enough days to turn your activity around. The system will also keep track if you're trending up or down. Like in his case, yesterday he had 15, today he's at 16. So he's slowly trending up. Anyone you want to see their information that they had filled in. So even if you're on an iPhone screen and it's this narrow, I would be able to click on Josh Agini, and I could go watch all the information that he filled in. So all the same information that I filled in is right there. So I can see how different users are filling in their information. You also see one more thing here, like Josh Agini and Vinesh and Don, they have a 1 behind their name. That is because each time they either don't update or they don't show up on the call in the morning, the accountability call, guess what happens? They get dinged 1 by the system. And 3 strikes and you're out. So once they have a 3rd strike, they won't show up for the rest of the month. And they won't be able to actually, at that point, be part of the call until month end again. And I'm pretty sure that their trainer or their full-time RVP will have a little bit of a heart-to-heart with them about that. Any questions? Let me know. Good luck with using the system, and we wish you good well.